I'm going to start by removing the wheel, 21mm socket, take all 5 of your lug nuts off, and then remove the wheel. Now with the wheel off, you can see the ABS sensor unbolted from the frame here. And then if you follow it down, there's actually another bolt that bolts it onto the strut. Both of these are 10mm bolts. Remove those and now follow it along and you'll see where it goes into the hub. If you follow it down, you'll see right where it goes into the hub, or well, actually it goes into the knuckle to read off the hub. So with a 10mm, unbolt it from here. This one's pretty rusty. Okay, that broke. Well, my bolt broke, so I'll fix that in a little bit, but I still need to get this ABS sensor out. So I'm gonna grab some pliers and hopefully grab onto it and try to twist it. Sometimes that breaks it free. Sometimes that doesn't work, and in that case, well, I'm gonna have to drill it out, and to drill it out, you actually have to remove the hub so that you can get access to the other side. Otherwise, there's gonna be debris and stuff right behind it. Obviously, this one is so stuck that it's breaking before it actually comes out. So we'll do whatever we have to do to get this out. Let's try to break it more, I guess. So the ABS sensor is completely broken, but it's still stuck. So basically, the only way to get this thing out right now, unless you somehow manage to break it free here, basically what's happening is the outer part of the sensor is getting squished by the knuckle because the knuckle has rusted in there and it's putting pressure and crushing it, basically, making it stuck in there. So what I'm going to do is remove the brakes, remove the hub, and you'll see, once you remove the hub, you actually see the other side of the sensor from the inner part. And then we can either try to punch it out or drill it out and remove the debris that falls in there. Usually these should just slide out, but obviously the climate that this car is in doesn't really allow for that. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do, and well, hopefully yours comes out the nice way. Take this 12mm bolt out. It's gonna allow you to remove your brake hose to get the caliper out. Okay, get this off. There's one. Hold your caliper. Okay, there we go. Take this out. Remove your caliper, set it aside safely. Remove your rotor. Now go through one of these holes and remove the 4 14mm bolts that hold this hub in. There's one on each corner. Last one. Okay, this one came out. I'm gonna fish the other ones out as well. So I'm just gonna grab the hub, and if this doesn't slide out for you, sometimes they're stuck in there, just take a hammer and gently tap it side to side until it comes off. So there's your ABS sensor. Now with a pry bar and a hammer, let's hopefully punch this out. Yeah, this one's really stuck in there. I'm just gonna keep working at it. Okay, the center part came out, which is good. And now we just have to punch out the rest of it, which is basically just this outer sleeve. And honestly, that's the hardest part. It's not going to want to go. It's coming out the back, which is perfect. So I'm going to try and get my pry bar in here, see if I can drive it out the rest of the way. Oh, there it comes. So this is what we were fighting. This outer sleeve here. There's going to be more pieces in there. That's normal, but here's part of it. So that's progress. Now let's see if we can push the rest of this out. Okay, there it is. This hole is in, well, pretty poor condition, I would say. So I'm actually going to grab some sort of sandpaper. If you have a bore brush, that works too. Stick it in there, and let's see if we can clean as much of this rust up as possible. That way the new one has a nice area to seat itself in. And also I need to fix this bolt here that broke, the retaining bolt. That way I can resecure the new one. And doing this, well, you can use an extractor socket, weld the nut onto it and twist it out. Do whatever you have to do, but you have to somehow secure the new ABS sensor to the knuckle. So I'm going to take a bore brush, try to clean out the hole in here. Alright, so I'm going to weld this nut on. Hopefully this will help me remove that broken stud. Okay, so I welded a nut onto it. I heated up the knuckle around it. Let's see if this works. Okay, it feels like it's working. Yep, it's working. The bolt's coming out. Take it out the rest of the way. And this means that I don't have to drill and tap new threads. I can reuse the old threads, obviously. So once this is out, we'll wait for it to cool down, and we will install the new sensor. We're going to have to remove the back seat. I'm going to start down here and just pull this bottom cushion up. It's held on by 2 clips, one on each side. I'm going to have to go over there for that one. There we go. Now you can slide this right out, pull it forward and out of the way. Now let's take off the back of the back seat. There's 4 12mm bolts. I'm going to start over here, work my way to the other side. There's one. If you follow it along, it's this one right here that you want to remove. Another one right over here. And then one all the way on the other side. Okay, set all those aside. Now lift the whole seat up. It's got hooks on the back side that hold it in. There we go. Once you lift it up high enough, it'll pull forward. You don't have to undo the seat belts. You can just slide the whole thing out. The seat belts will come out, lay it forward. Now with the seat out, you can see the wire, the ABS wire. It actually comes through the body down there, but the plug is all the way up here. So just press on this little connector and disconnect it. You really gotta see it. There it is. Okay, unplug it, and now we can push it down. Then we'll go back out and remove it from outside. So now from outside, follow the ABS sensor up, remove it from the body here. It's got this grommet, which for me is a little bit stuck, so I'm using a pry bar to kind of get it out. This one's really stuck. Hello? There we go. Pull it out, and here's your old ABS sensor. Take the new ABS sensor, slide it right through, and I'm just going to push it till the grommet kind of seats itself in. Make sure it is seated, otherwise you get water inside your car. And that's not a good thing, obviously. There we go, nice and flush. Now let's go back inside and connect it. Back inside, you can see here's where it came through. Actually, it needs to go all the way up here, so I'm going to stick my hand in, feed it up here, find the connection, and plug it in. There it is. Push it through, make sure it clicks. Now we'll put the interior back together. On the back of this seat, you'll notice these hooks. There's 3 of them, one on each side and then one in the middle. These actually line up with these holes here, obviously 3, and this is what secures it at the top, so you need to make sure that these hooks actually engage, otherwise the top of the seat can fold down even if it's bolted on the bottom. So as I put it in, you'll see me lifting it up and down, and then I'll give it a tug to make sure that it's actually engaged. So push this back into position. Once it's pushed back all the way, lift it up. Try to hook in those hooks. There we go, that went back. push it down, and you can see this side hooked in, the middle hooked in, but this side did not. The seat is all floppy. So let's lift up this side only, and hopefully we can get it in. I'm pushing back at the same time as I lift, and I just felt it drop into its hole there. So that's secure. All three sides are secure. Now it's bolted in on the bottom. So I was ready to put the bolts in, then I noticed that right there doesn't line up. So you need to pay attention to that. Make sure it actually does line up. That way you can make sure it's seated all the way and put your bolts in. Now let's get these bolts in. Make sure everything lines up. Start it on, and I'm not going to tighten them yet. I just want to start all of them in first. Okay, do the other side. And last one. Okay, now snug these up. Get the bottom part of the seat in, slide it down and in at the same time. You have to make sure it gets pressed in all the way, otherwise the clips at the front won't line up. This one fell right in, so I'm going to press it down and lock it. You'll hear a click. If you can't press it down or it's at a weird angle, if you just sit on the seat, usually that does the trick. Let's do this side as well. Push it in, down. There we go, that's locked in. Check that your seatbelts are still functioning properly after you've pulled them out. Everything's lined up, perfect. Let's put the new ABS sensor into the knuckle. I put a little bit of silicone paste on it. Hopefully that'll help it in the future not to get stuck in there. There we go, it's bottomed out all the way. That's what you want. If yours doesn't go in all the way, it's most likely because there's still rot buildup on the inside of this hole, so you need to clean it out with something, chisel it away, make sure this ABS sensor gets seated all the way. If it doesn't, it will either get a false reading or no reading at all, so then, well, it's like you have no ABS sensor. So make sure it's in all the way. Let's put a bolt in. There we go. Thread it on all the way, bottom it out. Let's get the wheel hub slash bearing back in. When you get it in here, try to line up the bolt holes as best as you can. That way, when you put the bolts in, they go in all the way. That's lined up. I pressed it on. Let's put the bolts in. Doesn't matter where you start, as long as when you tighten them up, you tighten them in a cross pattern so that the bearing can seat itself flush. 59 foot-pounds for these. Go in a cross pattern. Again, that way it seats itself completely. Last one. Okay, at this point, my hub is already cleaned and anti-seized. If not, I suggest that you clean up the surface and put some anti-seize on it. That way the rotor doesn't sit crooked. Okay, line up your rotor. This is actually a hole for adjusting the parking brake. So line that up with one of these holes. I like to go for this one because it's the largest one. Gives you the biggest surface area for when you have to stick a screwdriver in there and adjust it. Grab your caliper, make sure your pads are still in there, and slide it over the rotor. Let's get the two mounting bolts and put those on. Start with the bottom because it's easier to reach. That way I can let go and do the top one. Start them on by hand, that way they don't cross thread. Bottom these out and torque them to 34 foot-pounds. Let's torque these to 34 foot-pounds. Okay. You're gonna have to get creative with the extensions for this top one because the strut bolts make it a little bit difficult to reach in here. But if for some reason you can't torque it, just do your best to tighten it. Reattach the ABS sensor up here. Make sure you don't cross thread this little bolt, otherwise you won't be able to properly secure this. Snug it up. Okay, follow it down, attach it onto the strut here, and this has a little hook on this bracket that needs to line up with the hole that corresponds to that hook. Put in the little bolt. Let's snug this up. And now the brake hose with the 12mm bolt goes right here. Put that on. And let's snug this up. Let's get the wheel on. Put on all 5 of your lug nuts, bottom them out, and torque them to 76 foot-pounds. 76 foot-pounds. Perfect.